Dear Dina, my husband and I are in our 40s. Last year, we decided to make a very big change in our lives. We decided to seek out a second wife, sister wife, for my husband. I was completely on board with it at first. He reached out to a woman he knew years ago and asked if she would consider joining our family. Now I regret the whole thing. I've expressed to my husband I no longer want her in my life and that I no longer want to live a plural lifestyle. I agreed to allow them to continue a relationship as long as he keeps her out of my home and my life. It hurts, and I don't understand how he can continue living this way, living two separate lives, and be okay with it. We've been together more than 20 years, and I don't want to leave, but how can I continue loving a man with my whole heart when he only loves me with part of his? Signed, Sister Wife Regrets.
Yes, a lot of regrets, I'm sure. How can he do this? How can, I'm not trying to be totally stereotypical, but there is something that men are able to do better than us, and that is compartmentalize. I mean, we hear this over and over again. And so, even counselors have said this. And so that's just something, so that you can understand where he is. As far as you guys coming together and agree on this, I'm not sure whose idea it was at first. That doesn't matter, because right now you're dealing with this present situation. I think the best thing to do, I know that you've had a conversation with him, and he doesn't express any sort of interest in stopping the whole thing. He wants to continue with this other. And why would he? Right? He's getting the best of both worlds. He's having his cake and eating it too. So the best thing to do is have another conversation with the intent of sharing what your next steps are for you will be. The marriage relationship has been violated, and I hate to be that strong and just matter of fact about it, but that is the fact. You don't have a marriage right now. You just don't. So you'll have to figure out, okay, what do I want? Do I want to be with him? Then you say, look, I want to be with you alone. We need to have counseling, and I want her out. If he's not agreeable, well, then you need to have in your mind what you're going to do with that information.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it was a bad idea.
Terrible idea from the start. I don't even know how you guys came to this when you agreed a year ago to seek out a why. What was your thought process in agreeing to that in the first place?
That 40 years where you're trying to spice things up.
That is
I don't understand.
20 years.
Oh, sorry.
They're in their 40s. 20 years. They got married at birth. Maybe that was the problem. Look, he's not just having his cake and eating it too. He's at the freaking buffet.
Right?
It is all you can eat. And no way in a million years is he going to give it up. I'm sorry to say.
Unless you give him an
And I don't even think that's going to matter. I don't even think that's going to matter, because I think the new sister wife will probably say, okay, bring it on. I'm fine with as many as you want. Right? So you made a terrible mistake. And unfortunately, you must set your boundary and be okay with it, because it wasn't for you. If he had said, oh, we'll try it out and then we can talk about it in a year and discuss, I just don't think, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I just don't think he's turning back now. I think he's got it the way he wants it. And unfortunately for you, you're going to have to move on.
Yeah. Seriously, you're going to need that support. We're sorry that you're going through this. We are here for you. We hope we didn't hurt you in any way with us being so kind of blunt and a matter of fact. But yeah, anytime you bring someone else into a relationship, it's never, ever, ever a good idea. Dear Dina, you can ask. You don't have to accept our advice, but you can certainly do so anonymously. You can find it under the features tab at key103radio.com. Dear Dina.